Now we take you behind the lens here on the Africa Channel, from Jay-Z to Kendrick Lamar and Busta Rhymes to the notorious B.I.G. Jonathan Mannion has literally photographed them all over the past 20 years. With unprecedented access to some of the most powerful hip-hop stars, Mannion is now an icon, and understandably so. And guess what? South Africa had the pleasure of hosting the legendary Lensman.
Hip-hop is more than a music genre. It's a subcultural art movement reflecting urban living. Photographer Jonathan Mannion has spent 20 years documenting icons of hip-hop and brought his latest exhibition to Johannesburg.
Hip-hop was born in the streets, so it makes perfect sense that I'm here in Braamfontein to see this incredible exhibition from Jonathan Mannion. And I brought an expert along to come help me with this exhibition. Oz, get in here, bro.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Excellent, my man.
Yeah, man. Standard.
Oz, so tell me, what are you expecting to see from tonight's exhibition?
Well, today it's all about the streets, and especially like when it comes to the artwork itself, it has to be something that actually embraces the streets, because I think that's where hip-hop comes from, you know, yeah.
And Oz, Jonathan Mannion has photographed so many different artists.
Yeah.
It must be quite difficult. In your experience as a photographer, what's it like working with big names, and what are the difficulties and challenges thereof?
I think it's controlling in most cases, because as a photographer you find it hard to actually tell what the bigger artist has to do in terms of poses and all. I think that's one of the bigger challenges that, you know, one encounters. Yeah.
The Beyond the Covers exhibition is the first chronological representation of Jonathan Mannion's work. The American photographer has shot over 300 album covers, and his portrait work shows beautiful moments he's captured with some of the biggest names in hip-hop, from notorious B.I.G. to Jay-Z, and stars of the new generation like Kendrick Lamar.
A photographer's life can be very rich if you chase it and you choose wisely. For me, being here now, I feel like I had to earn it, you know, like somehow to come not empty-handed, but to give, you know. I say, and I'm trying to coin it as my own. I don't take pictures, I give them.
Through the exhibition, Jonathan shares some previously unseen images alongside photographs that have made him a media legend and a top choice for artists and publications across the globe.
Jonathan, first of all, what a privilege to be here amongst all your work. And when you're walking around, you truly realize how much you've done. Of all of this, what have you enjoyed most about your career?
Well, you saying it's a privilege to stand here with me, like I'm so thankful to actually be here in South Africa celebrating with you guys. So I give it right back to you. Thank you for having me. What I have loved about my career is really about access to artists. Like, I love the music first and foremost. Like Busta Rhymes, Jay, Boom, that, Kanye, everybody. Like, these are all people that I want to be part. I wanted to make a contribution. Like, I hold them up high because I listen to the music, enjoy it, it puts me in my zone. But to realize that I have a gift and an ability to spend time and therefore sort of translate a little piece of them, whether for an album cover or a magazine, and then give that to the rest of the world, I mean, that's like a massive responsibility, and I think the responsibility of photographers to tell these authentic stories, but also a true privilege to be able to share this stuff with the world and bring it worldwide and allow it to be absorbed.
What's been the driving force behind your career? Surely there must have been something other than access which has really like kept you going, because you've had to work so hard. It wasn't just about pitching up and shooting. What's the driving force?
You know, the force, I think, for me is really just determination, perseverance, but I really love what I do, you know? It's like, it's a gift to have this dialogue and exchange that's a meaningful one that represents a moment in time that will never be the same again. The Biggie shot represents this moment in time of me chasing relentlessly my dream, being out in the club after working from 7 till 9 p.m. At 11 o'clock, I'm in the club until 3 a.m. to then wake up and do it all again. Thank God for energy and the youth and the arrogance of youth to believe that we could just keep on going and doing it over and over and over.
So final question, and it's off the work, onto your enjoyment. What do you like to do on the weekend?
Yeah, the weekend for me, look, I have chosen a career that is also a lifestyle, you know? So like weekends, those are those 2 days that happen like next to each other, Saturday and Sunday, I think. Allegedly they call those that, yeah. I like to travel, man. You know, weekends really don't mean anything. You know, days are kind of days. Days are opportunities for me to create. You know, this weekend was spent in Lagos, like having an incredible time and then flying here to be here with you. So like my weekends are spent on planes, going to the next spot and really chasing what I consider a true dream and a privilege to kind of share this work in this moment, you know. Now I'm getting all the information about Casper and AKA. You know, I spent time with Rick last night and shot a couple pictures of him. Like, this is exciting now. Like, for me, it's about people. It's about sharing the story. You know, my weekends are spent just enjoying and touching people and living life to the best of my ability.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
Man, it's been a total privilege and pleasure.
Likewise, my man.
We're
You
here.
got the handshake down as well. Nice.
I did. I don't know. Is that it?
Jonathan's work is very intimate, and he creates these striking images by having a genuine connection with the subject in front of his camera, an intelligent merging of psychology and art.
So I thought that was a pretty remarkable experience. Such big names, such iconic images. It was really amazing. Oz, what did you think?
Yeah, I think it's more or less the same thing that I expected. What I said earlier about the streets and all, that's exactly what I got, and it was splendidly splendid. You know, I really enjoyed our workshop, you know, yeah.
And tell me, of the images, which ones really stood out to you and why?
The first one that he showed us about the one that he took Biggie at an event and whatsoever. Well, when I studied photography, I studied with events photography, and also I kind of relate with that image more. And the idea that when you're looking at that image, you kind of feel like you're part of the hype that's happening there, and that's why I really like the image. You know, yeah.
So it's all about passion in order to create great work. So, what's your passion? Do your passion this weekend. Have a lovely day. Peace.